Russian menace. ASMA officials undergo training on tackling traffic gridlock. WAEC withholds results of 413 candidates over examination malpractice. African journalists question the impact of TikTok app on Africa. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning. Welcome to the Breakfast News right here on ABS Television. I am Friska Wanko. Anambra State Governor Chukwuma Soludo has initiated move to make Anambra State the cleanest in the Federation with launching of a major environmental sustainability initiative called Operation Clean, Green and Sustainable Anambra. The launch took place at Ochanja Roundabout, Onitsha. Government House correspondent Valentine Badaha filed in this report.
Performing the function, Governor Soludo conducted practical inspection of the roads and drainages within the area and performed a ceremonial waste evacuation from the drainages. Governor Soludo, while addressing the residents and people doing businesses in the area, said that the government is committed to building a healthy and environmental friendly state. He said that the initiative will ensure that the waterways are open and called on those that build on drainage channels to remove the structures to avoid what will follow when government removes them. The governor used the occasion to warn those selling on the roads and those dumping waste in drainage channels to desist from such acts, as the government would not tolerate such going forward. He directed that receptacles should be provided with immediate effect so people can use that as dumping sites for easy evacuation. He frowned at the activities of touts within Ochanja markets and other places in Anambra State and assured that the government will not rest until the markets are free from touting activities.
There must be a plan to be evacuating this every day. That is the plan. Malaria Bo, emege suzo ni no suwalaga. Manonu wangu galo. Mgbe mmadu na eme onye nweta ife onye kposi adoti obule eje wunye na gota. Kede bi to ka oife aga. Ono na anukwu ya. Ma anyị nwa na cause the problem. Ndị a na-azụ afịa n'ilo. Anu onna collect ife from them, and that's why you allow them to be doing this. Enwere ebe otu Igbo ebe fa kwesịrị ịnọ ndị a ọdụ Igbo ọkwa ọdụ Igbo ndị a na-akwa ife na-akpaghalị ife niile. You are not supposed to be doing that. Kwesịrị ije n'afịa ọ bụ ife ebe onye chọọ igi ọbịa ebe abịagolie.
The governor promised to fix some of bad roads to give Ochanja a deserving look, emphasizing that a clean, green and sustainable environment is very important to healthy living. Governor Soludo asked the people to cultivate the culture of tree planting within their environment.
From
Onitsha, Valentine Badaha reporting for ABS News.
Nnewi North local government witnessed an impressive compliance by the residents regarding the monthly sanitation exercise. Traders and residents at different points were seen moving their waste to appropriate places for evacuation, while the silting work was seen ongoing in some markets and streets. Again, Government House correspondent Valentine Badaha takes the story from here.
Nnewi North local government took the lead with launching of Operation Clean, Green and Sustainable Nnewi beginning at Bank Road. The ASOMA contracted tippers were moving around evacuating waste deposited in recycle bins and the ones they silted from drainage channels. Speaking during the exercise, the Transition Committee Chairman of Nnewi North local government area, Engineer Chris Obiora, emphasized the need for everyone to key into the Clean, Green and Sustainable Anambra initiative, which was flagged off by Governor Chukwuma Soludo on Friday. He noted noted that having a clean drainage channels is very key to achieving a sustainable environment, as flood will be controlled easily. Engineer Obiora called on the people of Nnewi to partner the government on environmental sustainability agenda through actions that are environmentally friendly, which include planting of trees, proper waste disposal, and effective flood control system. He assured that the local government will always be available to evacuate waste on the roads and streets, and called on the people to seal the drainages in front of their shop, including banks, to avoid being penalized.
2 weeks ago, when we flash flood that's around the motorcycle paths and the environment, because the drainages were blocked. So we plan to come, we just say all the drainages, and we put flow of water, so that those save people's properties and even lives, because the one that happened was nearly carried one motorcycle rider away.
The Nnewi Zonal Chairman of Asmata, Chief Leonard Onwatuegu, who joined the exercise, noted that the market are doing their best in maintaining a clean and healthy environment as they have penalty for defaulters. He commended Governor Soludo and the Transition Committee Chairman of Nnewi North Local Government Area for their dedication to duty and promised the support of the traders.
I remember the governor Cholo, Anambra State. The governor Cholo, Lieutenant Aga, so we want to assist him. As in Donna, Chimaka Etoria, so we must assist him.
An APGA stakeholder in Nnewi, Mrs. Veronweke, and a resident, Mr. Joaquin Ikanyong, narrated their ordeal with the first heavy rain of the season and said that the desilting of drainages will go a long way in preventing overflowing of drainages in Nnewi. They noted that Governor Soludo is doing well and should be encouraged at all costs. A trader at the building materials, Nnewi, Mr. Chinonso Ugochukwu, said that he donated his mini truck to help evacuate the waste and to encourage the people to key into the initiative of clean, green and sustainable Anambra State to help Governor Soludo achieve his good vision for Anambra. The Transition Committee Chairman of Nnewi North Local Government Area, Engineer Chris Obiora, during the exercise led his team to visit and sensitize the people and enforce compliance on streets and markets in Nnewi. From Nnewi, Valentine Bara reporting for ABS News.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has issued certificate of return to 30 members-elect at the March 18 House of Assembly election. The certificate presentation ceremony took place at the INEC headquarters in Awka. Correspondent Ngozi Obileri covered the event and brought back this report.
The collation hall of the INEC headquarters, Awka, was filled to its capacity as the members-elect, their guests, friends and well-wishers trooped out to give them support and solidarity for emerging victorious at the polls. Addressing the people, the INEC National Commissioner supervising Anambra State, Barrister Festus Okoye, said, as contained in Section 72, subsection 1 of the Electoral Act, that House of Assembly members-elect be issued certificate of return 2 weeks after the election. The Commission is fulfilling that part of the law by issuing certificate to the members-elect in Anambra State.
Your responsibility is to make laws that will uplift the welfare and security of the people, so that those who have been elected to the executive can then implement.
I told us that we came, INEC in Anambra State, to do free, fair, credible, and peaceful election. Is it what we did?
Yes.
You were believing us, and you helped us to pull through. I thank you so much for your reportage. I thank everyone here seated.
In their various reactions, the member-elect for Ihiala 2 constituency, Honorable Golden Ilo, his Idemili South constituency counterpart, Honorable Emeka Igwe, that of Njikoka 1 constituency, Honorable Chidi Bemeka, and the member representing Anosha 2 at the Anambra State House of Assembly, and also a member-elect for the same constituency, Honorable Ejiko Okechukwu, all candidates of APGA, thanked their constituents for the confidence they reposed in them and pledged to do all within their powers to enact laws that will improve their welfare. Also speaking, the member representing Anambra West constituency, Honorable Obalem Udoba, also a member-elect for the same constituency and APGA candidate in the election, Nkechi Ogbuefi of Labour Party, a member-elect for Anocha 1 constituency and the only female lawmaker in the 8th Assembly, noted that they are happy to be given an opportunity to serve the people, adding that they will fulfill their promise to them to the letter. In Awka, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
Anambra State government says it is seeking partnership with development partners and the federal government to tackle erosion menace in the state. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Anambra State Erosion, Watershed and Climate Change Agency, ANSACA, Professor Philip Phil Eze, disclosed this while speaking with ABS Environment Correspondent Blessing Uchendo in Oka. Her reports.
Pointing out that the state budget alone cannot service erosion sites in Anambra State, Professor Phil Eze said that there are about 1,000 erosion sites in the state and emphasized that the government will adopt strategic approach to address erosion menace ravaging parts of the state. He said that ANSACA was set up by the present administration to look into erosion menace in the state as well as draw public attention to the need to adopt environment-friendly practices in order to check climate challenges, adding that the agency has been reaching out to international donors and the federal government for assistance. He said that Professor Chukwuma Soludo, being passionate about the environment, which is one of the pillars of his development agenda, awarded contracts to MPI Construction to quickly commence palliative works at Oko erosion site, with works already planned to kick off. The ANSACA boss noted that the Ekweme-Swiagoli erosion challenge is threatening both federal and state institutions and is something that requires urgent attention, calling on the federal government to quickly intervene in the situation. He made it known that the European Investment Bank is gearing up to come and assist the state to continue with erosion intervention from where the World Bank had stopped. While regretting the enormous damage already caused by erosion in Nigeria, especially in Anambra State, Professor Phil Eze called on the people to take charge of the environment and to always adhere to environmental laws. He noted that each community in Anambra State will have erosion committee in order to be in the vanguard of environmental protection in order to achieve Governor Chukwuma Soludo's vision of making Anambra environment cleaner, greener and planned. He warned communities and the entire Anambra against practices that could aid erosion, especially engaging in illegal excavations, which he identified as one of the major causes of erosion menace.
You know, environment is one of the pillars of this present administration, and Professor Soludo, Mr. Governor, is very passionate about it. He's going to handle it. As we speak now, they're mobilizing to sites. Work will start in earnest. They are setting up their workstation, and work will start in earnest. So the state government giving this agency all the necessary assistance.
In Oka, Blessing Uchendo, ABS News.
The Anambra State government has commenced a 3-day training for officials of Anambra State Road Traffic Management Agency as part of measures to tackle the worsening problem of gridlocks and lawlessness on the roads in the state. The training, which is going on at the NYSC Orientation Camp, Umwawolo Mbauku, is led by the Managing Director of the agency, Engineer Emeka Okonkwo. Correspondent Chibuzo Ubidike has the details.
The training will ensure that the permanent staff of the agency and 180 ad hoc officers engaged by the agency are properly equipped with modern skills and best practices in traffic management and control. Engineer Okonkwo said resource persons from the training are drawn from the Federal Ministry of Transport, Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, and Lagos State Traffic Management Agency, LASTMA. Engineer Okonkwo also explained that the training will cover not just road traffic management but also human relations, as the resource persons are expected to also draw from their wealth of experience working in public and private sectors. He explained that the reason for the training is to ensure standardization on the roads in line with Governor Chukwuma Soludo's administration in all sectors. The ATMA boss assured the public that allegations of existence of touts in the agency has been taken care of, as the agency now has accurate database of its workers, wanting to deal decisively with staff caught wanting in their jobs.
It's going to be a 3-day program, an intense 3-day program. Nobody is expected to miss any of the lined up events. We would have mainly lectures. We'll be having LASTMA representatives from Lagos coming to talk to us. The Federal Road Safety Corps would also be speaking to us. Then our legal team from the Ministry of Transport will also be speaking to us.
On his part, the general manager of the agency, Mr. Chidi Umezinwa, assured that the staff of the organization is committed to ensuring that Anambra commute without stress in all parts of the state.
The essence of this training, like the MD say, is to make us better. So we have to devote ourselves. We have to allow us pass into this training and let the training also pass through us.
The theme for the training is Changing the Face of Atma. From Umaru Mbauhu, NYC Orientation Camp, Chibuzo Bidike, ABS News.
Still to come, WAEC withholds results of 413 candidates over examination malpractice. African journalists question the impasse of TikTok app on Africa. Here is this special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. The news returns up to now. Stay tuned.
Great news for Anambra Broadcasting Service ABS audience. You can now watch ABS television through any of these ways.
Buy a terrestrial antenna and connect to your television. Search ABS Channel 24 Oka or ABS Channel 27 Onitsha. Install StarTimes cable decoder and search ABS Channel 113. Install Metro Digital cable decoder and search ABS Channel 29.
Watch ABS TV on your smart TV or smartphone by downloading Anambra Broadcasting Service app on Google Play Store. Also watch via ABS Facebook page at ABS Radio Television and ABS YouTube page at ABS Television Oka.
ABS TV is now also on satellite. You can watch us from anywhere in Nigeria and other African countries. Simply install ViewSat TV decoder or any other free-to-air decoder and tune into channel 0031.
Whichever option you choose, stay abreast of breaking news, documentaries, children's shows, talk shows, comedy, sports, movies, and lots more on your darling TV station.
For adverts and program sponsorship, contact 0803-388-8526 or 0806-883-9902. ABS, Heartbeat of the East.
You're welcome back to the news. The West African Examination Council, WAEC, has announced the results of the West African Senior School Certificate Examination, WASC, for private candidates 2023 first series. According to the head of the national office, WAEC Nigeria, Patrick E. Arehan, of the total number of 8,348 candidates that sat the examination, 1,161 were males, while 4,187 were females, representing 49.84% and 50.16% respectively. The result of 413 candidates, representing 4.95% of the total number of candidates that sat the examination, are being withheld in connection with various reported cases of examination malpractice. The cases are being investigated, and reports of the investigations will be presented to the appropriate committee of the Council for determination in due course. In a series of letters from African journalists, Kenyan broadcaster Wahiga Maura considers whether African governments should be joining in with the rising chorus of concern over TikTok. The 2022 Reuters Institute Digital News report showed that Africa is a priority market for TikTok, with more young people using it to get the latest news. The social media app, owned by Chinese company ByteDance, is now offering support and a platform for creators across Africa who are beginning to find a voice that has been excluded elsewhere. They are challenging the more mainstream narratives about the continent and presenting the world with a different view. A sense of panic seems to be rising in some quarters about TikTok. Governments in the West are beginning to take action, especially when it comes to data security, but there has been little official comment in Africa so far. The app's hypnotic format has taken the world by storm, and this continent is no longer different. Manchester City were without the injured Erling Haaland for the visits of Liverpool in the Premier League on Saturday. The prolific striker, who has scored 42 goals in all competitions this season, missed Norway's 2 Euro 2024 qualifiers during the recent international break due to a groin injury. City boss Pep Guardiola hinted on Friday that he could risk Haaland with the side trailing Arsenal by 8 points in the Premier League title race. But the English champions have not rushed Haaland back ahead of a huge month that will see them face Bayern Munich in the Champions League quarter-finals before hosting Arsenal in a top-of-the-table clash. Remember that you can follow news and program on ABS in many parts of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube page at youtube.com/ABS Television Oka and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website. It's www.absradiotv.com. And to end the news this morning, a recap of the main points. Anambra State government is seeking partnership with development partners to tackle erosion menace. ATMA officials have undergone training on tackling traffic gridlock. WAEC has withheld results of 413 candidates by examination malpractice. African journalists have questioned the impact of TikTok app on Africa. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has called for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that ends the breakfast news at this time on ABS Television. I am Priska Monko. Good morning and happy Sunday.